Hey everyone, Adam here today and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm checking out a crossover that might just blow you all away. Your outdated Buick stereotypes, remember those Buicks your grandparents rolled around in leisurely cruising around to an early bird special? Well, this isn't it. The 2024 Buick Envista ST in frost white is basically the rebellious cousin who shows up at the family reunion on a skateboard. Before we dive into all the details, I've got a special treat for you. Stick around until the end of the video and I'll show you exactly how to permanently disable that pesky auto start stop feature. Let's get into it. First off, just look at this thing. The Envista ST has a sleek, almost coupe-like profile that's turning heads quicker than your grandma can say back in my day. The frost white finish adds a premium modern vibe that makes it look more like it's headed to a rooftop party than a Sunday drive. Inside, it's a total refresh from the Buicks you probably remember. Supportive seats, high quality materials, and some seriously nice stitching. This being the ST model here, we have these highlighted blue stitching throughout, so very cool. All these little details definitely give it an upscale feel. Front and center is an 11-inch high-resolution touchscreen that doesn't just whisper, "Look at me," it screams it. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and an 8-inch digital driver's display that'll have you feeling like you're at the helm of a Starship Enterprise. I find the infotainment setup very snappy, easy to navigate, relatively quick. Down here below the shifter, you have your lane keep assist, and then you can see we have the auto start stop as well, which currently is not enabled as I have permanently disabled it. So I will show you guys that in a couple seconds. We have wireless charging down here as well. And then you also have a couple USB ports as well. So USB-C and then regular USB tucked in there too. So under the hood is a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. So it might sound small, but with about 136 horsepower and 162 foot-pounds of torque, this little guy's got some get up and go. It's actually perfectly made it to its 6-speed automatic transmission. And you'll see around 28 mpg city and 32 mpg highway. It's not exactly a tire shredder, but it'll handle your daily commute without guzzling gas like the 90s SUV. Yeah, guys, my experience so far on the road, the Envista ST feels confident, smooth, and more playful than you'd expect from a Buick. Steering is definitely super responsive, and the ride is actually comfortable enough for road trips, errands, and or sneaking out for late night milkshake runs. This one, because it's the ST model, it does have the Watts rear suspension system, so it's supposed to make it ride nicer. But essentially there's 3 trim levels. There's the preferred, there's the Sport Touring, and then there's the model as well. But yeah, these are built and designed by Buick, and I believe they actually come out of South Korea is my understanding. That's at least what the dealer told me. So yeah, it has been a dream to own so far. I've only got 6,500 kilometers on it, but compared to a lot more expensive vehicles, it's fantastic. This thing, just so you know, out the door in Canada cost me $32,000 Canadian out the door from the dealer. So that's fantastic in my opinion. Great value for your money. A couple things to highlight here. We are running a 245/45 R19 tire and wheel package here. This is the frost white color. Super cool. It's like a tri-coat white. And yeah, I don't know, it just has a real sporty coupe design to it that I really love, especially with the black wheels. In the back, you do have a power lift gate as well. So that's awesome. There is a button by the driver's door too, but yeah, lots of room, your spare tire underneath the cargo mat here. And yeah, for a coupe, you know, not a bad use of space here. I think the real estate is decent, you know, considering what it is. So to close the tailgate, you can either use this button on the rear or you can actually use the button in the driver's door as well, located right here. So that's kind of nice. So you can either open it max or 3/4, or you can turn this button off. The nice thing is that you can actually open and close the hatch from this button here too, which is great. Yeah, heading over to the rear seats here. I'm 6 foot tall, and currently, obviously, I drove here, so I have it set up for a 6 foot tall man. And yeah, there's still quite a bit of headroom back here and decent amount of legroom as well. So this gives you a view from the rear seats. Yeah, another thing to note, so you can see I have about, 2 inches of headspace back here. So like I said, for a coupe, it's really not that bad. One thing to note is, yeah, when it comes to safety, Buick definitely has your back. This car in particular has automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and available adaptive cruise, which this one does have, to help make sure that your wild ride stays on the right side of the law and on the road. But yeah, guys, overall 6,500 kilometers. I am super happy with this vehicle. So anyways, I hope that you found this review informative, and comment below. Now I will explain to you the trick to permanently disabling your auto start stop feature. Let's have a look. So previously you would always have to hit this little button here in front of the shifter, right? So anytime you start the vehicle, you would have to hit auto start stop off and disable it with this physical button. That's one thing about the Buick, is they have the perfect mix, I would say, of physical buttons and touch intuitive screen as well. So I actually like having some physical buttons again. Like I find all these new infotainment centers on these new vehicles are just such a huge distraction. And this one has, you know, I don't know, it's got everything here. I mean, you have heated steering wheel, that's a touch button. Heated seats is actually, again, a physical button. You have a nice physical shifter, and then you have this auto start stop feature. But to disable this, there's actually a little dongle that you can buy on Amazon. We'll have a look at it right now. I will also put a link in the description below so you guys can order that. It's really simple, relatively inexpensive, under $30 for this little resistor dongle, and you actually plug it in directly underneath the hood. And what it actually does is, well, let's go have a quick look. Open this hood up again here, and I'll show you. So the dongle itself is actually right here, guys. You can see that there's this little Deutsch connector. You buy this little dongle piece and you like literally just plug it in between. So it's essentially from here to here. So you split this wire apart and you plug in this little resistor. And what it actually does is it mimics that the hood is open and that it's in service mode. And super weird, but I will tell you it works. So once it thinks it's in service mode and that the hood latch is open, for some reason it disables the auto start stop feature. So that's fantastic. The other trick is obviously when you get to a stoplight, just don't depress the brake all the way. But for under $30, I tell you, this is definitely a freaking game changer because on most modern vehicles, you cannot do this anymore. They've really locked that down. Whereas here you can put that little resistor in and that negates any auto start stop function. It doesn't matter how many times you cycle and start it. It's completely disabled. It has worked flawlessly since new. I put this in like literally at 5 kilometers and I have had 0 issues. That auto start has never come back on. So anyways, guys, I hope you like the new 2024 Buick. My understanding is the model will not change for 2025. This is the White Frost Edition and the Sport Touring model. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, peace.